Welcome to your fifth and final session of JAR Nation. For today's session, you're going to need the following materials: your volunteer guidebook, a mystery puzzle. Please make sure to have these cut out before you go into the classroom to make your activity go smoother, a map, and your certificate of achievement. Be prepared to access the digital presentation for today's session at learn.ja.org. We recommend asking the classroom teacher to have the presentation ready for you if possible. To aid in preparation and facilitation, you'll notice in your guidebook blue text boxes, which contains JA of South Dakota session-specific teaching tips, and yellow text boxes, which include vocab terms and presentation content that is not already in the guidebook. Today's session is all going to be about how the world trades with each other and why it's important for the trading to happen. So the first activity you're going to do is have the students take out their map, and you're going to read some different statements that are found in your guidebook. And you're going to draw a line from the United States to that country. Once you're all done with all those different things that are found from throughout the world, you can ask the student to check their own clothing to see where something is made. Maybe it's their shoe, maybe it's their dress, or maybe it's something in the classroom they can find a tag for. Encourage them that when they go home to look through their closet and see how many different countries are just represented in their home or in their bedroom of the things that have come to the United States. This really helps to open the students' eyes to start seeing how many different things are touched from other parts of the world and how they end up in South Dakota. As you continue going through the lesson, you're going to talk to them about specialization and opportunity cost and why those things are important and why it must happen and why countries want to have different specializations or regions. Once you go through all the different things, you're going to start doing your mystery puzzle cards. This is where you have these cut sheets. This is where you'll have the sheets cut up, and I'll suggest doing it on the paper version versus the version that is on the screen to make it more interactive. You will pass out one card to each student and tell them the object is to make sure they can complete their puzzle on the back. Now, if you know how many students are in your class, make sure that you're only using enough puzzles to give each student one card. If there's an extra one, what I would like to do is I like to keep the puzzle piece myself. Do not tell the students until the end to demonstrate the impact it has on a product if one country decides not to do their job. As you go through and talk about all the different countries that are represented in that one item that's being made, you can talk to them about how if Mexico, for example, didn't provide the glass or do their part, that a part of the car will not be complete. You can transfer this onto when they have to do a group project. So what happens if they work on a group project in school and someone doesn't do their part they're supposed to do? It means someone else have to pick up that piece, or maybe they get docked on their grade. So these lessons are important for them to look at, not only for today's activity, but then also the things they're doing in school. After you're done with this activity, this is where you start wrapping up your JA session. If you're choosing to do a graduation, you pass out your certificate here. If you plan to bring something to hand out to the students after this session, have the item pre-approved by the teacher. Most schools are peanut-free and may have other food restrictions. This ends your last session for JAR Nation. We hope you enjoy your time in the classroom.